Have you been following along? It was a historic day on the Artemis II mission. For the first time, humans have captured the so-called dark side of the moon.
At noon tonight, President Trump spoke live with the astronauts. News 4's Joseph Olmo has more on what has truly been an historic day, not only for our nation, but for humanity.
How to describe a day like today? Epic? Historic? How about this? Come with me real quick. 4 human beings just went further away from planet Earth than ever before. The crew of Artemis II flew around the far side of the moon today. That's the side of the moon that we never get to see from our home. You know, one former NASA astronaut told News 4, there are few words that make the cut for a day like today.
Historic isn't a big enough word. I don't know that we have words for things like this yet. It's an incredible thing.
You can look up and see the moon right now. We see you too.
It was a busy day in space for the crew of Artemis II, at one point reaching 252,756 miles away from home, farther than any human has ever gone.
From the cabin of integrity here as we surpass the furthest distance humans have ever traveled from planet Earth. We do so in honoring the extraordinary efforts and feats of our predecessors in human space exploration.
Much of the excitement today was live streamed for the whole world to see. But nothing stole the internet quite like this.
A couple of relatively fresh craters on the moon that have not been previously named, and our crew would like to propose a couple of potential names.
In an incredibly emotional moment, the astronauts of Artemis II suggested naming a crater on the moon after the wife of Commander Reed Wiseman. She passed away from cancer in 2020.
And it's a bright spot on the moon. And we would like to call it Carol. And you spell that C-A-R-R-O-L-L.
What an incredibly heartfelt moment shared by that entire crew. In fact, I saw a comment on Instagram. Somebody says, seems like Carol was loved to the moon and back. How about that? What is next for Artemis II? Well, believe it or not, the crew has already begun their journey back to Earth. They are on that trajectory, and they are scheduled to splash down in the Pacific Ocean this Friday afternoon or Friday evening. Of course, you know we'll bring it to you live right here on NBC4. Now, this is just the beginning. We're talking about Artemis II today. Next up is Artemis III, set to launch sometime next year, 2027. It'll mark the first time in over half a century since Apollo 17 that humans will be back walking on the moon. Needless to say, there's a whole lot to look forward to.